Thank you, everyone, for being here. I am so glad to be here today. Last week, I had a really nasty something. I tested myself for COVID, and it wasn't COVID, but I'd coughed so much I pulled muscles in my side. So, still a little sore, and I'm still coughing up some stuff, but I don't have it anymore, whatever it was. My wife still does, though, and she's not very grateful. We postponed Christmas. We were having some people over, but we're still going to do it. So yeah, I'm just grateful to be here and to be well. I was thinking a while back. I said that the the main purpose of meditation is not necessarily to have a sense of peace. And somehow I felt like I was a little conceited in saying that at the time, only because I thought, like, there's so much more you do with meditation, and and I thought about it, and I go, well, but so many of us with addictions, and with the trauma that almost always comes with those addictions, need peace, right? So, the best, most productive way to do that is, meditation and breathing and chanting and those techniques. So if someone said to me, oh, I only do meditation for peace, I think it would be humble of me to say, oh, that's great. And I also don't believe you can do meditation just for peace and not get the other benefits either, if I'm honest. I'm like, the focus and the concentration and all that starts to come in if you do these things for peace also. And that was just one thing I was thinking about peace when I was sharing that. Now, what I've been thinking of, and I don't know why, I had all this journaling and everything I'd done on peace, and I got caught on one topic that I really liked, especially last week when I wasn't feeling well, and for peace, and that was Star Wars. So I've always loved Star Wars. I think Star Wars opened the pathway for a lot of, Eastern philosophy and practices. It really did. And I was thinking, man, if I could be a Jedi, which is crazy because, they have these lightsabers and kill things all the time, but they're agents of peace, right? If I could be a Jedi, which one would I be? Which one am I the most like? And then I thought, there's Luke, he's courageous and willful and just willing to take chances. And I go, that's not me. And there's Yoda, and he's patient, peaceful, he's calm, he's humble, he accepts everything as he is, he's an advanced master. I thought, that's not me. It had been Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's noble. He's not afraid. He follows the rules to a T. He has much discipline in his life. And I thought, that's not me. And then there's Anikan Skywalker. Most of us know him as Darth Vader, but he was Anakin before he was Darth Vader. And I thought, no, this isn't going to be the one where I look in and see that of all those wonderful Jedi, the one that I can relate to the most is the bad guy. So I thought, okay, he has a hard time controlling his emotions, he's angry, and he has an axe to grind. And I go, oh, there's my Jedi. I'm a Sith. And I thought, well, what's his journey? Because he went in with all these good intentions and all these people training, and what are some of the things that had happened to him? And they all involve dukkha. They all involve suffering. And they all involve tanha, which is thirst or craving. The three poisons, which is ignorance and greed and hatred, which they all involve those things. So when I think of Anakin, I think of that voice I have in my head, and the voice in Anakin's head was the Emperor. And I was watching it, and it's like, it's amazing how he's saying all this stuff, and Anakin should just know right away he's wrong. But I go, but wait, he just didn't say this to him, that sometimes it's all right to kill to meet your ends. He built on that. He built that ignorance. He built that hatred. He built that greed, that aversion. He built on that until Anakin believed those things. And Anakin was plagued with a nightmare. He kept dreaming that his wife was going to die, and he wanted to find a way to make her live forever. And Palpatine, Darth Sidious, again, my geek is coming out. He promised Anakin that there's a way to make her live forever. Essentially, he lied. Later on, he says there's no way he could do that. Right as Yoda said, not even he's powerful enough to stop death. And when I think of those voices which drive my addictions and drive my dukkha, my suffering, they sound a lot like what's going on in Anakin's head when he's infected by Darth Sidious, just feeding him all these lies and all these promises, and eventually just grabbing him into the dark side. An important piece of the evolution that we have is when Anakin in the end makes good. He rejects the bad side of things and comes to illumination. And a lot of people don't feel as though that's fair. And, that's okay. Maybe it isn't fair. But they say that because he killed a bunch of children who were in a school who were learning to be Jedi. And it brings me to that point, how can we, those of us, have those points where we just feel like continuously it's okay to do those things that kill ourselves, that cause harm to us and cause harm to those who love us? And I think when I'm in that space, I'm thinking I might be thinking I'm making the best decision I can make at that time. That I may as well use, because for today nothing else is going to work. And that's those little voices. Now, when I go Darth Vader, the major thing that had happened with him is Anakin went to see his mom and found out his mother had been killed by a bunch of sand people, right? So he goes out to the tribe that killed his mother and kills them all. Men, women, and children, to get vengeance. And addictions like that, once we've found that addiction which gives us that false sense of peace many times, and we take it. I remember when I'd drink, if I drank enough, I was so numb that nothing was hurting me anymore. It wasn't liquid joy or real joy. What it was not an anesthetic. That's all it was. But there was relief, real relief. And I'm sure that Anakin felt that relief for doing that. And he says this to Palpatine, and Palpatine knows he has a step to really just push Anakin all the way into becoming Darth Vader. And he does that. Anakin kills all the kids, and after he kills all the kids, really he's Vader. He fights Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he loses, and he becomes half machine, half person. His humanity is taken away from him, and addiction does that to us too. It takes away our humanity sometimes. And he ends up just believing there's no way you can resist the dark side, so you may as well just go with it. If you hear Vader's message, you always say, there's no point, it's too powerful, just go with it. So when he tries to and he ends up causing the death of his wife. the thing he was trying to prevent, he ended up causing. And then when he finally changes at the end because he sees because his son is willing to just die as opposed to kill him. And Darth Vader does what he needs to do to get rid of the Emperor, and he comes back around. For that time, he's freed from his dukkha. For that time, he is not caught in the fear, hatred, or ignorance. He knows what he needs to do, and he owns everything he had done. When he speaks afterwards, he's owning everything he had done. And he is grateful that he had somehow been pulled out of it. So yeah, I can relate to Anikan the most. And the good news is Anikan had a great story. If you look at it, he's really the main character the first six episodes of the whole thing. He's the one that the most dynamic change happens in. He goes from good to bad to illuminated, to enlightened, to understanding, and dies that way. So yeah, when I think about that, it's just something I'll think about. So yeah, no, I'm not Yoda. I'm not Ben Obi-Wan. I'm not Luke. I'm not any of those really noble ones. I'm the one who struggles. I'm the struggling Buddha. And I don't struggle too, because I do sit with it and understand it. When I was thinking, I want to do a chant today, and I am going to do a more traditional one, but sometimes I wish we were like just straight up hippies, because I thought what a great chant would be now is all we are saying is give peace a chance. But I'm not going to do that because I'm just not sure of the whole history behind it and everything. But I do know, I think it's a beautiful chant, and I've heard it sung before in protest in D.C. and all over the place. And I wasn't in D.C. I'd heard they were in the March of D.C. They were singing, all we are saying is give peace a chance. And John Lennon, of course, wrote that. But I do want to do the Shanti Om. So we can get comfortable, and if you guys want to join, you can join when you feel comfortable. And I think I did this as the first chant in December. So it may sound familiar. And I'll do my best. My voice is still a little rough, but I don't think it matters how well we sing. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om 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 Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Shanti Om. 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 Shanti Om. Sit for about a minute. Just enjoy the silence. Namaste. Dedication of merit. In a comfortable position. May we be happy and peaceful. May we be healthy and strong. May we be safe and protected. May we live with ease. Namaste.